It's a great day in every way. It's a great day in every way. And it's great to be heartful. And today I have the queen of heartfulness on the show with me today. And you might be saying, Dr. Lotus, what is heartfulness? Well, I'm so happy that I don't have to answer that question all by myself because today I have a great guest. And, before she comes on the show, I'll kind of let you hear from her.
Hello, beautiful humans. It's Erin, Paige, and I am thrilled to be with the one and only Dr. Lotus Riché for her Books That Boom series on January 16th, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. And we'll talk about my book called The Beauty Book. And I will share the reason why when you flipped through my book, you will find an inspirational, igniting message about your inner beauty and how you can spread light and create a ripple in the world. We'll see you then.
With no further ado, you know what we're up to. We're going to help you shine some light and make your ripple effect more abundant than ever before. Let me get back on screen so you guys can see me here. There we go. There I am. So take this time to go ahead and share this broadcast, tag it with a friend, and share it with everyone you know, because the next person you hear from me is going to help us go, go, go.
HeartFULL speaker and author of The Beauty Book. Let's welcome Erin Paige.
All right, she is in the house. She is in the house. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Come together. Woo, woo, woo. For Erin Paige. That's right. Erin, we're so happy to have you here. And I am just delighted to kick off this new year with you in the studio. How are you doing today?
Oh, could I be any more blessed than to be with you on this beautiful Saturday and with all of the viewers, and just really feel blessed that we can come together at the beginning of the year and help ignite, the audience and the world and create that ripple of heartfulness. So how am I today? I'm overjoyed. I'll just say that.
I'm always happy to see you. I'm always happy to be around you because you really always bring great things to any atmosphere that you're in. It's a wonder that you even wrote a book about beautifulness because you are a beautiful person inside and outside. So let's get right into it. Erin, I got to tell you, when I heard about your book, of course, I was like, what's inside of it? What made her write it? Because she's super beautiful inside and out. So let's talk about that. First, what made you write this book and who inspired you to write this book?
Well, the beauty book came as almost a piggyback of my second publication. My very first publication was I Release You to Become the Person That You Are. And then I had written the Already Have book, and I thought about creating a series of the book, the blank book.
Right.
And really the inspiration came from the reminder that we have this beautiful light inside of us. And with the world, this crazy world in human existence, we lose sight of that. And I wanted to make it simple. So the inspiration was also simple. So I call it a flip book because each page just basically has one sentence. And it was a matter of discovery as well, because I had shared with a friend. I originally was going to call it The Beautiful Book. And I shared it with a friend and the whole concept. And she gave me some really good feedback. We all need people in our life to give us feedback and opinions,
Exactly right.
and constructive criticism. And she said, I've got a thought. the word beautiful is really about ego. And she said, I'd rethink that a little bit. And so beauty came out of it. And I just remember being in some sermons and things where they talk about the inner joy, that joy comes from within, and beauty comes from within. You come across people all the time when you know that they have that inner beauty within themselves. You can walk into a room and pick anyone out. We have those kind of sixth senses, if you will. And so that was really the inspiration. I wanted to make it easy. We're all busy, and we just need those kind of quick hits, if you will, to remind us. And I always say that, whenever you're flipping through a book of any sort, you always land on the message that you needed to hear.
Exactly.
And so that's why I call it my adult flip book. You take it, you flip it, and whatever it lands on. In fact, I have to share that I did this before the show because I wanted to meditate on the show and bring positivity and make sure that I was in alignment. And I landed on, I know I can't really show it here, but I'll just state it. The more I am with my inner beauty, the more present I am with others.
Wow.
Now, is that a message? So I took the time to just, sit and be with that. So it's my hope that when people have the beauty book in front of them, that it's a real easy reminder. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're having a great day and they want to make it an even better day. And they can take the book and they can just open it up and want to, there's beauty in walking away. That's
I like that.
My most powerful ones.
I like that. There's beauty in walking away. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's talk about that. When you say that, what do you mean exactly? Because let's talk about that. What do you mean exactly? And then we're going to step back for a moment.
Okay, sure. My interpretation of that, because I've had to do that many times, like most people. When you walk away from something, there's a beauty in the blossoming of what's on the other side. When you walk away and release what's not serving you, amazing things can happen, and amazing moments, amazing people come into your life. And when you walk away, it's almost like releasing that resistance. Sometimes we stay, let's just use a relationship. And that's probably ultimately deep down, that's where that comes into play for me, is leaving a relationship that maybe you stayed too long.
Yes.
And it's just this darkness that just builds around it. And if you can imagine the beauty that comes out of, and the strength, because there's
without a doubt
strength, because you have to be brave and you have to be courageous to leave a situation that may not be the most beneficial and for your highest and greatest good, and the beauty that's there, that's awaiting for you, and walking in that.
You said a couple of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we refuse to let go of certain things, they don't serve us. I like that you talked about that. Sometimes we just need to let go of certain things. That's just it. And this is how we know this is good stuff today, folks. We were told yesterday our server, and this is happening all over the area where I live and probably where you are too. Our server was having some problems, and it was intermittent. They didn't know how long the outages were going to be, because we actually were broadcasting the show yesterday, but right before the show, the server went down. They probably had some problems ahead of time. And then they've still been having problems even today. But Erin and I said, you know what, this is not going to stop us. We're still going to move forward. So if you see us dip out from time to time, stick with us anyway, because there's something in here special just for you and just for someone that you know, love, and care about. Erin, you said that sometimes we hold on to some things that we need to let go. And as we start the new year, this is why Erin's the first person here for the new year. I didn't do this. God, universe, the high power did this, not me, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear this, Erin. You also said that the more I am with my inner beauty, the more with my inner beauty, the more I am present. I wanted to talk about that as it relates to letting some things go. Because sometimes when we hold so tight to something, we forget who we really are, especially when that something is not good for us. So, can we talk about the more I'm with my inner beauty? Let's talk about that. What do you mean by that? And from a personal aspect, how has that moved you to the next level as an author?
Sure. So I believe that we were created from the one unconditional love, therefore we are love. And there's so much beauty in that.
Yes.
So much. I love to say the word awe. In fact, this morning I was getting a little bit clumped thinking about that I am loved unconditionally, despite all the things that I've held on to in 2025, despite all the things that I've held on way before that. And I'm loved. And there's beauty in that quiet stillness. There's a calm. And when you can be with your inner beauty and you can be with God, source, the universe, and that unconditional love, there's a peace that comes over. And I know you can relate, Dr. Lotus, as well.
Yes.
And when we're in that state, we actually can manifest more magic. We are open to receiving the messages, the courage. When we know that we are in a state of calm and we are supported by unconditional love,
yes,
that's where the deep side of us comes out, and we're the strength for us to say, okay, I'm walking away. And it's okay because there's beauty coming and waiting for me. And it's always been there for me. Sometimes we cover it up. I'm a stuffer. I've had to work through a lot of things. I'm a stuffer. I pretend that I'm okay with things. I'm okay, or that I don't speak my truth. And that can make us really sick.
Yes.
And uneasy. But it's within that, and I'll say surrender. There's beauty in surrendering to the inner beauty of who you are and the source that created you and loves you and is longing for you to come back to that space and is there to support you. When you can surrender to that, oh man, amazing things, and doors will open for you. For every door that is closed, I believe that there is a knock on another and the door is open. So that's how I would interpret that, being with your inner beauty even more. And just, it can be 5 minutes. It could be 60 seconds, just breathing in and sitting with that deep support. And it's, I think you've heard me speak before with a picture of me as a little girl, and I tell the story of all that, and it's almost like you're sitting with that inner beauty and that inner child, and you're supporting them in a moment when maybe they felt insecure, and now and you can go back and support them, which ultimately is supporting you as an adult. You show up differently. When you're tapped into that and you walk into a room, people will notice. And also you will notice too more of what isn't serving you.
Yes.
You can walk away in beauty, in that support more often. And maybe it's something that you didn't even realize. You know, I've
Yes.
walked into a room and
You
normally
light the room up when you come in the room. You light the room up. But go ahead.
oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I have walked into rooms before, and I remember there was a group of people, and most of them I knew. But there was one particular person that was in this. I didn't know who this person was. This was probably 10 years ago. And I just knew that I didn't want to absorb her energy. It was just something off. And so respectfully and gracefully, I just said, you know what? I'm going to excuse myself and I'm going to go walk around. It was a gallery thing. And
Yes.
I walked away. And, you know, if I hadn't been in tune with what's really serving me in that beautiful and energetic of the inner beauty that we all have, I would have stayed. And I think we can use our discernment. That's one word that I've really embraced over 2025 and I'm taking into 2026 is using your discernment.
I like that.
On what's working for you and what isn't working for you.
So one thing that we've got scrolling down there, quiet, stillness, and calm are yours. You just got to claim it. And in order to claim it, because this is what you shared with us about being in that environment where you were, and you were in the energy of someone that you was like, no, you weren't stuffing. So Erin Paige, okay, this might show up in one of her books. It's definitely going to show up in one of mine. She told us here today what a stuffer is. And in short, okay, there's a longer, she may add something longer. It's a person who holds their truth in. So I want you to write this down. Am I a stuffer? And don't think about it. Just write whatever comes next, folks. Write down whatever comes next. Am I a stuffer? And Erin, you've got to come back to the show because I want to talk about a stuffer, stuffing, the things we stuff, the things we need to let go of, why we stuff. So, okay, if you guys wanted to come back, put a 10. And if you're just coming on the show or you're replaying this, make sure you don't miss this section. Go back, replay it, and send this portion to your friends as well. Because as we move from year to year, from day to day, oftentimes we are stuffing, Erin, and we forget to see the beauty in ourselves because we cover it up with so much stuff. We are hoarding bad times. We're hoarding people that hurt us. And oftentimes we don't love ourselves, yet you share with us that you realize you are loved and we're loved unconditionally. When you got to that point, Erin, how did that feel for you to know that you were loved unconditionally?
Wow. I may not have to say any words because wow. It's so magical. And it's so expansive.
I love that.
And it's just such a, we live in a world where we have a lot of weight put on us.
Yes.
And it's honestly the best thing and conversation that you can have with your inner self and your higher source. When you can, it just makes you bloom. And you talk about, books to boom.
Yes.
Well, this might be a book to bloom. And there are other people out there that will help you bloom. But it's amazing to me. And I remember the first time, if I can share briefly, the first time when I felt that. I'm shaking. This is powerful. This is so powerful. And if nothing else, I don't care whether you are interested in my book. I don't care if you're interested in anything from me except to know and hear the words from myself and Dr. Lotus, to know that you are so loved and supported. And when you can tap into it, even for a quick moment, it will change your whole day, your whole life, change the people around you. It will honor who you are. And I was going into, there's a gallery here. I'm out of Kansas City. There's a gallery here, and I was just called to go in. And there's in the Asian art section, there's a Buddhist temple resemblance, and there's a Bodhisattva. And I remember walking in and walking towards her, the Kuan Yin. She's the goddess of compassion. You can read about it, but it was like, the beads from the 70s,
Yes.
I was walking and I felt like I was going through these beads, and I was so moved by the presence of higher source, God.
Yes.
That even though I didn't physically fall to my knees, I felt the release of all the weight that I was experiencing in that moment. And that was probably my most profound moment to ignite other moments. And that was, it had to have been about 15 years ago. So it's been a process. And I think it is a process that you get into a habit of connecting through prayer, meditation, quiet time, to be with your inner beauty, your inner child, your higher source. Nature is an amazing space to be in, to connect, and to know that, know that you're playing your role in this vast space we call Earth and beyond. And I talk about the ripple effect.
Yes.
And when you can step into your fullness and be more heartful, FULL, like fill your heart. When your heart's full of that unconditional love, that inner beauty, you can't help but share that ripple with other people.
Yes.
So,
and may I say this too, because you brought this to mind. When you are heartful, okay, and you accept yourself, know that you're loved unconditionally, anything that has brought a level of shame or disgrace or fear or anxiety, stepping into that heartful place helps you to focus on your truth and overcome that shame. What do you say to people who are saying, "Well, Doc, I'm stuck in this shame. I can't face myself. I can't look myself in the mirror." First, get Erin's book. The book's going to help you out. But Erin, what would you say to them?
I would say, turn that shame and release the fear. Forget everything and reframe. And know that you're supported. I think that that's the biggest thing, is that sometimes when we're afraid, we've got that shame. We've all done things.
Yes.
I have a laundry list of things that have caused a lot of shame. And I just really ultimately, Lotus, is to tap into that unconditional love and know that I was created in it. It loves me no matter what. It doesn't matter what I've done. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters except connecting with higher source and that unconditional love. And then you can, I suppose there's a level of forgiveness that comes over you when you go, you know what? There's a reason why this happened to me. I feel shame. That's the aftermath of it. I feel shame, but something on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Something on the other side. There's beauty in walking away. What we talked about.
Yes.
Embracing that beauty of going, you know what? There's a reason why that happened to me. Maybe it's not revealed just yet, but I know there's viewers out there that have gone through things like you and I have, and
Yes.
we don't know why we're going through it, and we don't know why we're suffering, and we don't like the feeling, and we want it to change, but for some reason it's not. The trust in there's a reason why I'm going through this. Because maybe it is that you're supposed to help somebody. Maybe you've gone through some really tragic things. But
Exactly.
if you didn't go through those things, then the woman standing next to you at the grocery store in the checkout line,
Yes.
as she's in, like, it has the same energetic as you had when you went through it. You can go, you know what, honey? I went through that a few years ago and it hurt like hell.
Yep.
I see you. I hear you. I embrace you. But if you can really tap into releasing it and forgiving yourself, forgiving the other people, what did you call it? Frenemies?
Frenemies.
I love that. I've never heard that before. But the friend,
Yep.
if you can let that go,
Yep.
then that is releasing the stuffing.
Yep. And even if you're afraid, you got to do it afraid. You got to do it afraid.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You've got a 50-50 shot. That's,
Yep.
if you decide to head a different direction, you've got a 50-50 shot that it's going to be better than it was before. And then if you turn one way and you don't like it, guess what? We can start, you've seen me paint on stage.
Yep.
I show a blank canvas. If you don't like it at the end of the day, you've got a 50-50 shot when you go a different direction. And eventually you start to navigate.
Yep. And you can do something about it. I wanted to take a couple of comments from a couple of our viewers, if I may. Yeah. I like this. Turn shame and release the fear. So you got to turn that shame into faith and release that fear. And Erin, you said something earlier, and I saw this. And this is how you know that you're helping people, because there's no way we could have known people were going to be saying this. It says, I'm a stuffer. Hey, Angie. It says, thank you for being here. I'm a stuffer. I hold on to things that needs to be released. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you for asking the question. Well, I appreciate you, Angie. Thank you, Erin, for talking about stuffer, because when you first said it, you heard me kind of chuckle. I chuckled, right? But that's the truth. We keep stuffing and stuffing and stuffing. And over time, we become bloated with all of these things in our life. And if we keep those things there, we don't make room for the gifts that the higher source is sending our way. So I love that. So thank you, Angie, for sharing that. And then Angie said, I'm a hoarder of things too. And I've recently begun to purge and release things and feel so much better. What are your thoughts about that, Erin? When people get your book and they understand heartfulness, they understand the beauty book, and as they flip through, and I love that, the flip book, because I was going to ask you about that, but you dove into it, so thank you. As they flip through your book and they know that they are hoarding things that they need to let go, and they start purging, how can they connect with you and say, hey, this is what your book did for me?
They can connect with me on my website, erinpage.com. My email is erin@erinpage.com. I'm here to help. I work with groups and individuals. I've got a brand new program that I've launched this year called Create Forward. Let's not look back. Let's create forward in that momentum and the magic that comes with that momentum. And, we can talk about, actually, I have worked with people on decluttering and
Yes.
releasing those things, and really taking a look at the energetic that is attached, because it's attachment. We're attached to a lot of things, physical things. We're attached to the shame. We're attached to all kinds of different things, but really tapping into the reasons why and unstuffing.
Unstuffing. I like that you shared that. Something else that you said that really stuck out for me. You have to make it a habit. I didn't want to move forward without making sure I got back to this. You have to make it a habit. And when people make it a habit, oftentimes they work with people such as yourself to help keep them on the road to prosperity. Because when they can prosper in making it a habit, they can really unstuck and, as you said, create forward. And this is so timely in the new year that people can create forward. And some of you may not know this, but Erin was one of our first speakers for the Ignite Your Life for Life Summit, which is designed to help people move from making New Year's resolutions to, in the next 30 days, they're not doing anything. So this is so timely that she's here today, kicking off the New Year's show and sharing Create Forward. So, Erin, when people, and thank you. Someone said they love the title of the program. I love the title of the program as well. And don't forget your show, For the Love of Joy. And I'm looking forward to being on her show. And if you want to be on her show, make sure you connect with Erin to be on her show. So, Erin, do you have an email where people can contact you directly to say, hey, I need your help. I need a trainer. I need a coach. I need you, Erin. Okay. I need you to help me create forward because I've been either stuck in the past or I'm stuck in the right now and I can't see.
Yes, my email is Erin@erinpage.com.
So go ahead. What's your email?
Erin@erinpage.com. And one of the things that I wanted to talk
needs
about,
this message. I'm telling you.
I love that you mentioned habit, because I'm very, very guilty. I'm an artist, and we kind of like our squirrel this way or a squirrel that way because, it's just a different way of thinking. So for me, I am going to be in 2026 disciplined in my consistency, and that will create habit. I need to be consistent. And looks like, did we lose you? But anyway, I'll keep talking. It is my sincere, as I'm sure we're wrapping up here, it is my sincere hope, and from the bottom of my heart, truly, that you all take this simple message of creating forward through connecting, through being disciplined in your consistency, to love yourself, to connect with the inner beauty that's there for you at any time, to release any sort of shame, any guilt, anything that isn't serving your highest and greatest good, because it's my truth that I discovered through my own uneasy situations, is that I was supposed to go through that for a reason. And it was messy and it didn't feel good. But 10 years ago, somebody else shows up in my life and I go, aha, that's the reason why I went through that. So that's my story. And I would love to connect. I'm going to launch a new show, and it's called For the Love of Joy, because we have joyful stories to share. So I hope that if there's anyone that's called that wants to share a story, please reach out. And I love being here. And I think I'm going to be on the show again. And we will talk about, I'm glad that that came out about stuffing, that we will come out and talk about stuffing and how you can unstuff. And you know what I'm loving? See my little guy back here? He keeps popping up. I know I lost you there for a second, but I have to say, this is a good segue into our stuffing and embracing the magic of 2026, because Lotus, I am on your show and we're going to talk a little bit more, I think, about and diving deeper in a couple weeks. I think I'm on the schedule, but this guy behind me wears my heart apron. And I just have to, you have to go with things. Yesterday we had technical issues and we couldn't do the show. As I move around, I've got this, I bet people are like, what is that giraffe? Well, that was me tapping into my inner child. When I was young, I wanted one of these. And I walk into a store and there it is. And I'm like, you know what? I even told the guy, I negotiated a price and I go, I bet you think I'm crazy. I'm a 52-year-old woman. Why does she need a stuffed giraffe in her house? And I said, you know what? It brings me joy. It reminds me to be young. It reminds me to tap in. It reminds me to have more fun. And that's why I have it right in my office. So anyway, I just had to, there he is. I can't hear you, dear.
There we go. So it's hilarious because I have 2 giraffe seats that I keep. And whenever kids come, they think they can play with them. I let them play with them. But I love giraffes. So that's interesting. So for the next show, folks, we're going to bring the giraffes on with us so you guys can see them. And if any of you have any giraffes, bring the giraffes. Or if you have something that you love and you carry around, or it's in your office or something like that, and it brings up a good memory, bring it and show it to us, and you can text it to us and share it with us. And thank you, Erin, so much, because no matter technical difficulties or not, this message is meant for somebody out there. So if you love this message, if this message is also for somebody that you know, let them know, hey, watch the show. And most importantly, love yourself unconditionally. Get the book, get the copy. And Erin, you're so wonderful. You said that you were sharing something with us, and let me make sure that I can bring it up for you folks so that you can go out and get this book, because normally the book is how much is it?
$18.99.
$18.99. Yet today, Erin said, well, she said it yesterday. She said, Dr. Lotus, I'm going to do something for your audience. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. She's always doing great things, as I always say. So let me move that so we can show you what she's doing for all of us here, because we definitely need it. She has given us a code. It's a Boom 26. That means you need to Boom 26. You are going to get her book for $9.99. $9.99. Grab this book today. Erin, give us a link. Where can they go and get this book?
At my name, erinpaige.com.
erinpaige.com. So make sure you go to erinpaige.com. 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 Did I say erinpaige.com? And get that book, because this book is going to help set you up for success as the new year is already underway. I know you might be saying, well, Doc, I didn't stop what I said I was going to do. It's okay. That's why Erin is here today, to help you create forward. So with that being said, Erin, I thank you so much for being here on the show today. You always bring great energy and positivity. Make sure you go to erinpaige.com. You don't want to miss out. Grab her new book and make sure you use the code. Make sure you use the code because the code is going to help you get this amazing book for only $9.99. So, Erin, I'm going to go right back to you. I'd like you to share your final thoughts of the show. And there's somebody out there that just might feel like they've been heard today or they're finally hearing themselves. So I'd like you to share your final thought of the show. Erin?
I just want to remind you that if you are a stuffer, like we've talked about, and we'll continue the conversation, if you are feeling like life is just not aligning with your dreams and aspirations, remember that just because things have been stuffed down does not mean that the light and the love that was ignited the minute you arrived here on earth, it never is distinguished. It's never extinguished. It's just covered up. So the more you can unlayer, you're going to find your light. You're going to find your love because it never has dimmed. It's just covered up. That's it. You've got a light. Let's share it. You have a voice. You have a truth. And someone needs to hear your truth and needs to be ignited by you, even if it's as simple as smiling at a stranger. That can be extremely powerful. It doesn't have to be grand. Just the simple things will move you to an ignited life.
That's awesome. You're amazing. So make sure you go over and go right to her website, check her out, go and shop her books and get inspired, stay inspired, check out her art. She's doing all kind of great things. And listen, folks, listen, you might even be able to get a special piece. And make sure you check out her events and her services and get in where you fit in. Because once you get in, you'll be happy that you did. Absolutely, without a doubt. So until we meet again, we absolutely love you. And we just send you the best possible energy. So stay tuned for more to come up in the new year. All right. So without further ado, Erin, thank you so much. I absolutely love you. And guess what, folks? We love you too.
We do.
Don't forget we love you too. All right. So here goes.
Thank you for watching the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. And we'll see you on the next episode of Books to Boom Your Business. If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at Lotus at LotusRiche.com. Books to Boom Your Business brings to you authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who have powerful books that will make and keep your business and your personal lives booming.